81 APEC summit protest was arrested while closing the Gulf Bridge in San Francisco. Subtitle hide. Subtitle protesters prevent traffic on Mr. Bridge. Calling call for a ceasefire in Gaza. Pro-Palestinian protesters. The Gaza and U.S. Army called ceasefire to help Israel. Authorities. A group of protesters in mourning in the morning after closing a few lanes of Mr. Bridge in 81 people were arrested on Thursday and caused great delays and said that traffic to San Francisco said. Local TV news organizations, which published protest, called on dozens protesters from many organizations to end of military aid ceasefire and U.S. military aid in Israeli-Hamas war. The S of the broadcast also showed that many protesters chain and tied them with chains. California highway officers declared protest an illegal demonstration and officials who were on motorway patrol arrested protesters using zipper bonds. We support people's right use their first changes. But this is the wrong way to do it. The California Highway Patrol Chief Ezra Beauchamp said journalists during a briefing. This is 100% wrong, unacceptable and illegal. San Francisco Sheriff Paul Miyamoto later said that a protester was detained and the protesters arrested were quoted and released. The sheriff said that the protesters were confronted with the accusation of illegal parliament and not disintegration. The protest was organized by various groups, including the Palestinian Youth Movement and the Arab Source and Organization Center. In a few tasks in Twitter X, AROC said that the protesters went to Gulf Bridge to defend Palestinian salvation. There is a genocide in Gaza and hosting cocktail parties in POTUS. San Francisco. California Ministry of Transportation spokesman Bart Ney. KTVU-TVYE protests will affect the traffic all day, he said. Beauchamp also added that many protesters to bridge during protest should take dozens of vehicles. That many protesters, which threw their keys into Pacific Ocean and caused a major delay on bridge. State transportation spokesman Ney. KGO-TV said in a statement on Thursday. 29 abandoned vehicles withdrawn from the bridge. He said. More than 280,000 vehicles traveling during the daily range. He said. Beauchamp said that the motorway patrol of protesters was organized as well as possible. Typically, protesters try to walk on the Gulf Bridge instead of driving to prevent traffic during demonstrations. I will say that we were not caught without a physician. This was something we expected to be. We were here in a few minutes. But planned, worked together, stopped their vehicles and took it in these seconds. Beauchamp said. You can